Greetings, friends of Brugger Films channel. In this video, we're going to talk to you about a major character from the world of science fiction cinema.
That's right, the Terminator from the future, the T-800 Model 101 robot.
We've created a 3D model of the character to share some interesting facts with you.
And at the end, we'll show you a little glimpse of the hard work that went into developing the 3D animations of the T-800 that you'll see here in the video.
So go ahead and hit that like button.
That's right! Well, let's talk about the Cyberdyne Systems T-800 Model 101, our Terminator from the future.
Why Model 101, Anderson?
Yes, Model 101, because later there were more advanced T-800 models. Because various Terminator models were developed, and the T-800 Model 101 is the classic character from the first movie. In the sequels, we had more advanced models.
Well, we've brought our T-800 model into the studio.
That's right, folks. And it was with that menacing face and frightening design that the T-800 surprised everyone when first seen in the 1984 film.
The T-800 is a cyborg covered in living tissue over a metal endoskeleton. It's only with this guise resembling Mr. Universe that it can travel through time.
The Terminator from the future, the T-800, is powered by two hydrogen tanks protected by the combat armor of the metal skeleton. The control and intelligence CPU of the Cyberdyne Systems robot is located at the top of the skull. And in the second film, it's shown in a scene that didn't make it to the theaters. In 1984, there weren't computer graphics resources to develop and animate such a complex character.
This character was created by director James Cameron and brought to life by Stan Winston, the master of special effects who has won 4 Oscars for his work. The robot featured over 1,000 movable parts, all crafted by the special effects team, and weighed more than 50 kilograms.
The robot's construction project took over a year and began with concept sketches drawn by director James Cameron himself. He loves to dabble in everything. In Titanic, we saw his director's hands drawing Rose, not the hands of Leonardo DiCaprio, who played Jack. By the way, folks, don't miss our Titanic 3D videos here on the channel.
Now back to our T-800. Just as Stan Winston's team put in so much effort to design and animate the entire metal skeleton, the Brugger Films channel also put in a tremendous amount of work to model and animate the entire character for this production. Days were spent gathering references for 3D modeling. Then came the phase of texturing all the pieces, animation, lighting, and frame-by-frame rendering of each layer of the video. After that, everything was brought together in post-production software, incorporating all the special effects and a new final render of the scenes. It's a time-consuming and labor-intensive process for all the 3D computer graphics projects that you can watch here on the channel. At the end of this video, we'll give you a sneak peek of the production's making of. So, folks, help us out. Go ahead and give us a like and share our channel with your friends.
To operate the endoskeleton and perform all the animatronic movements, at least 5 crew members were needed. In addition to scenes with the life-sized android, various scenes were done with miniatures and stop-motion animations, capturing each movement frame by frame. For both the first and second films, there weren't yet realistic enough resources to create the Terminator entirely through computer graphics. So, the T-800 scenes in the first and second films were done using the robotically animated metal endoskeleton by the team. In subsequent films, digital T-800 scenes were created, but the real metal skeleton was still used in various takes. the process evolved to 3D scanning of Arnold's face and more elaborate maquettes than the mannequins used in the first film. However, the significant improvement in the quality of both the CGI Arnold and the metal skeleton scenes didn't achieve as much success in theaters. The first and second films are considered the best in the franchise. The second film is among the top 20 action films of all time. Terminator Salvation, the fourth installment in the franchise, was the only film that attempted to innovate the story by bringing forth a post-apocalyptic, somewhat cyberpunk world. It featured a rubbery CGI-rendered Arnold, depicting the entire human resistance fighting against the Machinists. However, despite these efforts, the work couldn't salvage the franchise and ultimately led the production company to bankruptcy. Among all the films in the franchise, which one did you enjoy the most, and which one left you the most disappointed? Here on the channel, we have an opinion. Seeing the T-800 appear married to a pet dog was one of our biggest letdowns. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed another production from Brugger Films channel and the 3D model of our Terminator from the future. Speaking of which, the model is available for purchase and was entirely developed in 3D Studio Max. The details are in the video description if you're interested in acquiring the file. Stay tuned, as we're going to show you a bit of how the process of modeling and animating this character works. Alright, folks, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your comments on the video. We enjoy responding to all of them. We'll see you in the next productions. Until then. Well, this is the 3D modeling and animation software we used to build the entire Terminator from the future and create all the animations that bring the robot to life, as you saw in the video. I'll give you a little glimpse of how complex it is to create 3D animations for our productions here on the channel. This is the program's workspace, and here we have the scene we developed where the Terminator rises from the ground after its time travel. The robot rising with the classic pose from the movie. Notice the fully 3D modeled Terminator with all its movable parts and the controls that allow us to animate the robot. Let me show you the project's layers. We have the controls here. These green squares on the screen are the references we use to animate the robot's movable parts. It's not just about accurately modeling the android. Everything has to function. The movable parts can't deform as they're rigid. With the layers, I can show the joints, connections, and movable pieces to ensure the animations are faithful to the robot, and each piece is linked and animated with care, respecting its space and function. It's quite a task. This section now represents the 4 seconds of Terminator animation we used in the video. A mere 4 seconds of animation that demands significant creative and post-production work. Everything we do behind the scenes to produce just 4 seconds of CGI scene. The process starts in 3D, involves various rendering stages, and then goes into final production and special effects editing, all of which take a considerable amount of time to deliver just 4 seconds of a finished animated scene. I hope you've enjoyed this. That's it.